Hey everybody, I got something I found that I had stored away and forgot I had. This is the Ozark Trail tripod grill and lantern hanger. Hey everyone, welcome back. Now for those of you that don't know, I started this channel basically so I would actually test my preparedness gear. I was one of those preppers that had everything and maybe you'd used it once or never used it at all. And I kind of started out by just taking the gear that I had and actually testing it and seeing how it worked. And that turned into what I do today. So this was one of those items that I purchased, God, I'm going to say 17, 18 years ago. In, I believe it was a Walmart somewhere in California when we lived there. And I put it away and I forgot I had it. So lately I've been digging through my older preps, rotating stuff out, and just making sure everything's okay. And these were behind two big Rubbermaid tubs of my medical supplies and my first aid and my kind of sanitation type supplies, and there it was. And I'm like, oh god, that's cool. But the problem is I've never used it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and show you how it works. And yes, this is a tripod grill, but you can just as easily use this with a pot hanger and a single pot or Dutch oven or whatever. But we are going to use it as a grill today because I have a lot of meat to grill. So we're going to use it as a grill. I'm going to try and get outside and set it up and have it running and beat this rain because we're in kind of a rainy season. But I guess it'll still work if it's raining a little bit, and it'll actually be a good little test. Although I don't want to get my little camera here wet, so I may have to cut the video short, but you'll get the idea how it works. Anyway, let me open up the box and I'll show you what's inside. And I was just thinking, I'm not positive that I bought this in California, but that's not sure. Anyway, just thinking about that, I'm like, maybe I bought it when I moved here. Not positive. Anyway, I know I've never used it, so. This is the bag it comes in. It's a thin kind of, storage bag. It'll do its job, there's nothing really fancy about it. But it'll work. This is definitely not an item you'd take in a bug out bag or a bug out situation unless you're going in your vehicle. This is I'd say about 8 pounds. Kind of heavy, kind of big and bulky. So let's get the first stuff out of here. And these are stuck. They're the legs. These are the tripod legs. These are fairly decent. They are aluminum, so they're fairly lightweight, but they got a nice spike on the bottom. Not too sharp, but a spike on the bottom. And they are connected with the elastic, like tent poles. So they just kind of snap together like that. Fairly simply. Real easy to do. I'll have this set up outside so you can see what it looks like once it's done. There's 3 of these. There is, of course, the grill. And you see, this is a big grill. When I looked at this box, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll grill like a hamburger or put like a thing of tea or coffee and a hamburger on here. Now, this is a big grill. It's quite large. I was actually surprised at just how big this grill is. So we're going to grill a bunch of food on it today. What we did is I'm going shopping later, and we dug through our freezer. We do this once a month, about maybe once every other month. We go through our freezer, we look at all the meat we have in there and the stuff that's the oldest and the stuff we should really cook up. We cook it all up in one day, usually in the morning or afternoon, and that's what we eat for the next few days. Here it is. Now this is the part that goes down from the top, okay? This is the part that will latch on and will let you know how long you want this or how short you want this to be, hanging down over your fire. And once we're outside, this will be a lot more visible to you. In here it's kind of hard to display because I can't get the camera back too far. There's just nowhere for it to go. And these are your hooks here. That's your center. There we go. And these are your 3 hooks here. You'll notice they go out 3 different ways. That will hook onto your grill and hang down from the center like that. And this, the last piece inside here, I believe, yes, is where you'll stick the legs of your tripod in. And that's where you'll wrap your thing around, your chain around, and lock it down on the side from there. So I'm going to go outside. I got to do a little rearranging because that fire pit that I used in my pull string fire starter video, I just put that in and I want it where it is, but I got to move some other stuff in my little backyard bushcraft area. So I got to move that stuff around. So I got to install this first, and move everything around, and when it's all set up, I'll bring you outside, and then we'll cook some food on it. So give me a little bit, and I'll be back. All right, as you can see, I got it up over that little fire pit. I do have some dry firewood. What's in there is kind of left over from the last time when I did the pull and start fire starter. So that stuff's wet, but this is all dry and all set up. It's fairly simple, as you can see. You just stick those 3 poles in that top piece, run the chain around through here, and this is what stops it from going down any further, and you can adjust it up or down. So I say we get the fire started and cook up some food. Alright, I got an old black and white fire starter out. Can't beat them. Broke it up into 4 pieces and lit it and just threw it down there. We're going to see how that works. I'll bring you back once the fire is going good enough to actually cook on it. Got all our different meats over here. And I'll bring you back once we've got a real good fire to cook on. Alright, so I got the first 3 pieces of chicken on. Just testing it out. It's nowhere near ready. It's not coals yet or going hot enough yet. I just want to test it out, put it on there, and see how the balance of the grill is. Seems to be working really well. If you notice, there's a lot of wood chips in here, and I have some more in this bucket. Just a suggestion. Those chips are mostly from me playing around making spoons and stuff. If you do any kind of wood carving, save your chips, because those are awesome for helping a fire get started. I got a couple of wet logs in there along with some mostly dry stuff, and it seems to be doing quite well, especially with the fire starter. So we'll give it a little bit while longer. I put the chicken on first because that's what will take the longest, and we'll add on some more stuff in a minute. Alright, so we got a good bed of coals down there. It is kind of smoky because the wood was very damp, but it is cooking, so pretty pleased with it. We'll have to try this again when it's not as wet out and the wood isn't as damp and hard to light, but it's been light. It's lit up good. It's going good. It's just kind of smoky, but it is working. So it gives you an idea how well this will work for you. And don't forget too, if you don't want to do the grill, you can just hang a pot there and boil water from it too. So works like that too. It is also a lantern hanger, so you can hang a lantern from the notch where this attaches on the top. But we'll give it a few more minutes and see how we're doing. All right, got the hamburgers on. The chicken and the hot dogs cooked perfectly. Finally got a good fire going. I got some dry firewood from the back, and that kind of took care of the wet one. I did have to take that big wet log out. It wasn't doing anything, and as you can see, it's not doing anything. But hey, you know what? Not only did I get to demo this product for you, but I got a good education in starting a fire with wet firewood. So that's definitely something good to learn. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this. I'll bring you back for one final kind of look at it when we're all done, and let you know what I think of it, because I think the tripod itself is pretty darn awesome. Alright, looks like I'm all done here. They're almost ready to be pulled off, and I finally got the fire going nicely. I did split up that one wet log. Once it was fully out, took it off, cracked it in half, and much better. But you see it's still popping and spitting over there. So all in all, I'm pleased with this thing so far. Done a really good job. My biggest problem has been making a good fire with this wet wood. But, like I said, that's a good exercise. Good way to learn, test your skills out. Definitely something I need to practice more. But I did eventually get the fire going good, so hey, I can't complain. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching. This is the Ozark Trails tripod grill. Can also be used as a Dutch oven cooker, pot hanger, whatever, or a lantern holder. I think last time I saw them in Walmart, they were around 17 or 18 bucks, so they're not expensive. I'm going to leave it out here. We're going to see how it holds up, because I plan on doing some more videos on this in the future. And we'll see how it holds up and see how it holds up to the elements. We're just going to leave it out here and let that burn out, bring in my food, and sit out here and wait for the fire to finish. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out our Amazon link down below in the about section there. And check it out and see what you like in there. Go shopping. Even if you don't see anything in the store you like, just click the link, shop as you normally would. It really helps the channel out a whole lot. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link. I have more Thrive Life stuff coming up as far as making little individual sealed entrees. A lot of people were asking me about, should you do this, should you do that? The first one I put together was really just a test, so I'm going to be doing a lot more, trying to mix things together that can just be hydrated all at once. whole lot more experiments. That first one was really just a let's see if this works type experiment. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.